Hey everybody, welcome back to the Super Thomas Bros. We're going in this hole.
Yay, do it.
Going in the hole. Whoa. Is that just a hole to another hole? Looks like it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hole to a
That
hole.
was the hole you came out of.
How many? God. Okay.
How many holes must a man roll through before he becomes the whole man?
No, man. Okay, this looks like serious biz, so here we go. Oh God,
Oh,
yeah, I
no.
fucking knew it.
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the fucking beehives. They're hexagon, and they're gonna be dealing with wasps. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my fucking
God.
God, what the fuck?
Man, Terminix has really upped their game.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, should I be killing this thing?
Oh,
I should
maybe
be killing that thing.
Yeah, definitely that thing.
Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, that can't be good. Nope, that's not good. Yeah, I saw that coming.
Oh,
Wait, okay.
No.
Oh, shit. No, go up. Oh, fuck you. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is terrible. Okay. So we should talk about something.
Yeah, I know exactly what we're gonna talk about.
Fucking ass, bitch. Do it. Talk.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So while we were in Hawaii, we watched a movie.
Fuck away from me.
Because we were watching movies like on our TV when we're just like hanging out in the room, and one of the movies that we saw was probably what I would consider the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And like,
it was pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like Troll 2 status where it's like, you know, it's hilarious because it's like really bad, but it's just bad. Like, don't watch it. And we're gonna spoil the movie in this episode to ensure that you don't watch it.
Yeah, because then there's no fucking point for you to see it, which is
the
idea.
Yeah, the idea is that like this isn't a thing where we're saying, oh, like this movie's really bad, don't watch it, and then you're like, oh, I have to watch it because it's like, no, don't
waste your goddamn don't waste your fucking time.
Okay, so anyway, the name of the movie that we're talking about is a movie called Knock Knock that came out in 2015, starring Keanu Reeves. Directed by, I forget the name of the director. I think it was like Eli Roth. Yeah, who's known for directing Hostel, I think, and also other horror movies.
Murder porn.
Yeah, torture porn. And yeah, so
yes.
In the movie, I'm just gonna say it right now, Keanu Reeves lives. I'll say that right now. It's about Keanu Reeves, who's this family man who has a wife and 2 kids, and it's Father's Day weekend, and then they like the wife and the kids go on vacation because they fucking hate their dad, I guess.
Right. Well, no, he's got like
shit to do,
architect shit to do. Right?
Yeah. But, you know, yeah, so they go on a trip. I mean, I would think that if he's got that stuff to do, you know, they should be there with him maybe and, like, you know, I don't know, wait for another time so they can all go. That's just what I would think. But anyway,
I mean, it is Father's Day. That is kind of weird.
Yeah, so anyway, he's there home alone. There's a knock on the door, like in the title.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so then So he opens the door, and there are these 2 young women who are there at the door, and they're heading to a party, but then like they their taxi dropped them off because they didn't have the directions on their phone because it got wet or something.
Yeah, they dropped them off at the wrong house. They were going to a party or something like that. Oh shit.
Yeah. And so then like they wanted to use his
I killed that guy.
Oh, the creepy
the
thing
stone toad, yeah.
Oh. So they want to come in, and then they want to like use his phone just to look for directions, maybe call for a cab or something like that. So he's like, all right. So they come in, and then like he puts their phone in like a bowl of rice so it dries. He calls Uber. It's gonna take like 45 minutes, and then they ask if they can like put their
very
clothes.
Unrealistic, by the way. I mean,
it's just like a really odd situation that wouldn't happen. But anyway, so things lead to things, and he ends up having sex with them.
Well, you skipped over the detail where, so like okay. Let's put you in our shoes,
perspective,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so this was recommended to us because we like, at least I like John Wick.
Yeah, I love John Wick. That was a
John
great
Wick, I
movie.
thought it was a really good movie, and so it was like, oh, it's gonna be like John Wick. You know, it's Keanu Reeves.
There's like, you know,
it's actiony, whatever.
No,
I mean, no,
it wasn't like that
at all.
The expectations were high, and then the movie delivered worse than you could ever. Yeah, it was absolutely. It was worse than nothing. I would have rather stared at the wall for 2 hours and had these wasps in this game stinging me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but what I was gonna say was we're watching this fucking movie and we're waiting for like action to start.
Yeah.
We're waiting for like, oh, these girls are gonna kill his puppy again, and you know he's gonna kick some ass and shit, and then like. We slowly start to realize that,
It's
oh my
not
god,
like that.
this movie is just going to end up being dog shit and there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, and so, by the way, this whole part where the girls are there and they start acting like, you know, what's the word, promiscuous? Or flirty with him.
Fucking inappropriate.
Yeah, just inappropriate. It's like very, like, it's
Forced.
running like a porno. Yeah, it's a bad porno.
It seriously felt like
It's
the intro
log
to a...
jamming.
It's log jamming. It was log jamming. It was made by Carl Hungus, who everyone knows is Eli Roth's alter ego.
Yeah. And so, anyway, so it runs like a porno. It ends kind of like a porno because they end up having sex. There's nudity and stuff like that. I'll spoil that. And then he gets up in the morning. The girls are still there. And he's like, oh, fuck, what did I do? You know, because he's obviously cheated on his wife, and he's now the cheater kind of guy. And then he gets up and they're in the kitchen, like, throwing cereal around at each other like children. And they're, like, watching old episodes of Family Feud for some reason. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're watching Game Show Network, which, by the way, should stop showing reruns of Family Feud. They should throw in some Press Your Luck and Whammy and, you know, Newlywed Game, you know, whatnot.
Okay.
Anyway, so then, like, he wants them out of the house, essentially. And so he's like, get out. And then they're, like, not listening to him, and they're throwing shit around. And so then he's eventually like, okay, I'm going to call the cops on you because you're not leaving. And then they admit to him that they're actually like 15 or something. So then if he calls the cops, then they're going to say that they're underage, and then, you know,
it becomes like a blackmail scenario.
It's a black. And so then I'm thinking at this point, okay, so now here's the real conflict. Maybe there's going to be something like, maybe it still has the potential of maybe being like John Wick, where there's action or something, and then maybe they're going to blackmail him, and then they're going to like ask for a bunch of money, and then I don't know. I'm going for a leap in my head for where the plot can go.
Well, that's how I felt too. Like when that part came up, I was like, okay, this is a terrible fucking scenario, but finally some fucking conflict, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's something bad that's going on, like you know, there's like something potentially where it can turn back into this kind of movie that we're expecting, and it doesn't.
Yeah, like one with like a story and stuff.
Yeah, so eventually he convinces them to leave by like almost choking one of them, like it's like, you better get the fuck out of my house and stay away from me and my life and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, okay, and then he drives them home, wherever that is, and then
it was just some house, I think.
Yeah, and then he's, you know, it's like, oh yeah, problem solved. It's like, well, probably not. I mean, they know where he lives, and like,
yeah, that was weird, right? Like, oh, we're gonna blackmail you. I'm gonna go to the police. I'm not gonna shower. I got your DNA inside my coochie, and then it's like, I'm back here again.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna take you home.
Fuck.
That's the end of it, right? Like,
yeah,
that's surely the end of it.
Won't go to the police now, even though she just fucking said that she was gonna. Yeah, like, okay, Keanu.
Yeah,
like,
so he's. Yeah, and by the way, they, like, vandalized his house and stuff, so he's cleaning up the mess.
His wife is, like, an artist or a sculptor or something, and they fuck up all of her shit.
Yeah, so, like her statues and stuff. So then he's cleaning up the mess, he's, like, making it seem like nothing happened, and then that night he goes back to his architect work. And he's also a DJ by night, by the way, just...
but only alone.
Yeah. So, anyway, he's there, and then he hears a crash. He goes in the living room. His family portrait is broken on the floor, and then he gets knocked out by one of the girls, who unsurprisingly came back into the house. So then he gets
you would think with the house like that he would have like a security, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and probably I would, if it were me, you know, I would be expecting maybe some shit to happen, so I wouldn't be working in this, like, dark corner of the house with no windows. I would be, like, right in the middle, so that then, like, if they break in, you hear that before you hear the picture shatter. But anyway, so he gets knocked out, and he wakes up, and he's tied up in a bed. And, this is when the movie starts to get fucked up. Like,
this is when it starts.
This is the part. So then one of the girls is putting on, like, Joker-esque makeup, like, you know, like, her face is, like, covered in, like, black makeup around her eyes and, like, way too much lipstick and stuff like that, and she's writing stuff on the mirror in lipstick that says, "This is not a dream." Like, it's very weird. This is not your typical Saturday night. And then the other girl is dressed up in a
his daughter's
clothes,
schoolgirl outfit,
and then, like, wants to have sex with him while he's tied up. And it's like,
doesn't just want to. I mean,
yeah, it does.
She succeeds at it.
Yeah, so this starts getting, by the way, I just want to remind you that the Super Thomas Bros is a fucking family show, and...
if you could all fucking just calm the fuck down and you know, just be, you know...
Yeah, we're a fucking family show.
We're a fucking family show. Oh, by the way, we should also mention we're watching this with our fucking, you know, parents.
Yeah, all of this is happening, so...
And this is probably about halfway into the movie, right?
I would say this was maybe a little bit more.
Right, okay, but like around like the midpoint, we're at this point we're kind of like this room sucks.
Well, at this point I've given up on the movie. I'm like, okay, this is just bad.
Yeah.
It's basic, and then like on top of everything,
I was still waiting. I still had hope.
You still had hope at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna kick their asses or something like that.
Yeah, because at this point it's getting like
here's what I thought, right? And I'll let you get back to it. But here's what I thought. I was thinking, like, okay, clearly the villains of this movie are the girls, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's hard, especially in this day and age, to make even the worst female villains in a non-superhero type movie, you know what I mean? To be punchable. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because it's like I'm not saying it's you know, you should like hit women, of course, and all that stuff like that, but you know, it's
in a situation where they're gonna force you to have sex, and it's like, you know,
they made these fucking characters so fucking evil and deplorable that it's like, okay, maybe they do deserve, you know,
to get, like, you know, they're stopped, obviously, like, you know, it gets, and then it gets worse, because then he tries to break out, he's unsuccessful, and then they start torturing him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they put earphones on his head, or headphones on his head, and they blast, like, noise, so it almost makes him deaf, which he can knock off, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you can shake. If you have...
Here, wait, I'll do it right now. There, I just did it.
Yeah, I'll do it, too. All right, I did it, too. Except now I can't hear the game, so that was actually a bad idea. Do it on the show. I can't hear it anymore. Yeah. Oh, I got him back. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I was successful in knocking the headphones off. You don't have to shake your head that hard to knock headphones off your head. Yeah. Try it at home. Anyway, so...
In fact, and he was showing restraint. It was probably like... Keanu was probably like, I have to show restraint in this scene or else the headphones will fall off.
Yeah.
That's how shitty your story writing is.
Yeah. By the way, in all of this, we should just mention the acting is bad. It's not
terrible.
Good. It's, again, like I said, it has the feel of a porno in the first half, and then the second half, it's that except without the porno, but still the bad acting. So
torture porno.
Yeah, it's torture porn for the audience, really. So anyway, all of this, you know, it's going on. There's another guy that comes in because he was there to, like, pick up one of his wife's art sculptures or something while they were gone.
Fuck. Yeah.
So then he comes in, but then the girls take Keanu's phone and text to him like, oh, like, my niece is over and so is her friend. So it's, like, not suspicious that they're these girls that are there.
Yeah.
So then he's there to pick up the sculpture, but they, like, vandalized it. They drew a bunch of dicks on it, and they, like, just, like, broke shit and all, you know. It's so, you know, he comes in there and he's obviously like, what the fuck? And I don't want to get into details, but at one point they, like, essentially kill him because they take, he has asthma, and then he starts having an asthma attack with all the shit happening, and also seeing Keanu Reeves, like, tied up in a chair, and he's, like, heart, you know, they can't breathe, but they took his inhaler and they're playing, like, monkey in the middle with it, and then he ends up, like, slipping, and he hits his head on the ground, and then he's dead, and the girls are just, like, laughing. So there's, like, obviously no, like, oh my god, we just killed someone, but, like, we were just fucking around. They're like, yeah, we killed him, like, no big deal. And then they, like, wrap his body in paper mache to make a statue or something.
Yeah,
and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
I was like, okay, this is, like...
Is that the point when you lost hope of
I think
this
so.
movie?
I think when they started paper macheing his corpse, I was like, okay, you know what?
This is
probably not the best movie now.
Yeah. So, and then, like, all of this is happening, and then, you know, they continue torturing Keanu. At one point, they, like, stab him in the shoulder where he just got, like, shoulder surgery or something like that. It's, like, really fucked up, and, like, you're, like, cringing. And then, so then at that point, they're fucking up his house more. And at one point, they knock over a vase, and it breaks, and you see a gun inside, like a hidden gun. And you're thinking, what the fuck? Like, he had a gun this whole time, and there were, like, several opportunities where he got out of his restraints or whatever and could have gotten it. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Way to go.
Yeah, like, you really fucked that up, Keanu. And then at one point, too, I remember they were, like, digging a grave, like digging a hole in the backyard, but they're gonna put Keanu in. And, like, he sees that they left an iPad there, so then he decides to try to, like, reach over while he's tied up to, like, hit the Siri button and say to, like, FaceTime with his wife. And it's like, okay, first of all, they've probably been digging that hole for, like, several hours, because it takes a long time to dig a hole that deep. And number two, why would you call your wife? Wouldn't you fucking call 911? Say,
well,
like...
can you call 911 from, like, you
Siri?
know... Yeah.
I would think... I mean,
well,
why...
I mean, but on an iPad, I mean. Like, I don't know if maybe his iPad doesn't have cellular, it only had Wi-Fi.
Yeah, okay, I guess. So, okay, I guess that's fine, but... Still, though, he could have called way earlier, and they just happen to show up right when he's about to call, and then they're like, oh, you... really fucked up this time, then they start torturing him more. Not to mention,
this is all happening in, like, basically one night.
Yeah, in one long night.
And it's like, how fucking tired these girls would be?
Yeah, you're
before digging a 6-foot fucking grave? Like, no.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Yeah, so then morning comes.
House.
Yeah, morning comes. They put him in the hole, but they only bury him neck deep. And then, they're obviously, it's like they're gonna, like, kill him. They have this big stone, they're about to hit him with it, and then they end up just hitting the stone next to his head. So it's like, you know, oh, you should have seen your face
gotcha,
and stuff
fucker.
like that. Yeah, and then they reveal that they weren't actually gonna kill him, and that this was all like a game.
And they weren't underage either.
Yeah, they reveal that they were actually, like... I think that part of the movie was just there for whoever was rating the movie, so that it was like...
Okay, there wasn't actually underage sex going on.
Yeah, just we want to clarify that, whoever's rating this movie.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, like it was really, like, at the end... and maybe at the end, too, you're thinking, like, okay, well, he's still a cheater, but I guess not a statutory rapist.
Right.
So... you know, it's like, I guess it's supposed to, I guess, add salt to the wounds of the whole situation, because you're feeling bad for this guy. He doesn't deserve to be tortured, and that friend of theirs certainly wasn't, you know, didn't deserve to die, and he's dead now somewhere. So, you know, all of that
paper mache.
Yeah, somewhere. So then the end of the movie starts, and we were saying that this was like a terrible ending. They ended it by playing "Where Is My Mind" by the Pixies, and basically stole the concept of having that song at the end of the movie from Fight Club.
Yeah.
And it's like they're going in like the camera's panning through the house, you see all the destruction, stuff like that, and then the family comes back, the mom and then the two kids.
But by the way, they were filming him fucking the girl on his own cell phone.
Yeah, so then they put it on Facebook, which they didn't take down.
When he's stuck, his head is stuck outside of the ground.
They
right?
put the phone in front of his face to show it, and then you see like all these comments coming through, like, you know, oh, what an asshole you are. Unfriended, yeah. I feel like that's the least of his concerns, is that his friends are unfriending him. Like, it's like, okay, you've got this fucked up shoulder, there's a dead guy papier-mâchéd somewhere, you know, your family and all that stuff, you know, that's gonna collapse probably. You know, your house is trashed beyond repair, but, you know, your friends are unfollowing you and, you know, calling you names. Like, I feel like that's the least of your concern. And I feel like Facebook would take that video down, like, immediately.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the camera's panning through, it's playing Where's My Mind, the family comes in, and then they're, like, speechless, and then the kid just says, Daddy had a party, and that was it. That was the end of the movie.
Yeah, and thinking it was, like, the house was trashed because they had a, you know...
Yeah, so there's really no motive to, like, you don't know why these girls did it besides them just being insane. Right. Or, like, maybe there's some weird... method. Well, I think that they wanted to expose that he's a cheater because they reveal that they've done this with other guys too.
Yeah.
So, in some way of justice of being, you know, cool people who expose cheaters, they kill other people and they also torture people. So, you know, there's really no justification at all. But then they end the movie like that. And I'd actually said, because I was writing this down, I said that I feel like the only way that the movie could have ended worse is if instead the kid, instead of saying, Daddy had a party, if he said, time to clean up this mess up again, and then the movie goes into a 15-minute cleaning up montage with the family while playing Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. But see, of course the song isn't 15 minutes long, so it would just loop the do part over and over again.
Right.
And then all this time for the 15 minutes, it's fading to black. Like, it's a 15-minute fade to black. So it's very long. And then finally, after the screen goes black, the words, the end, are written in cursive very slowly, while a chalk against chalkboard sound effect plays, even though the font they chose for the end text looks like it was written in pen. That's the one way it could have ended worse.
That's a very specific, shitty ending.
Yeah. Like, I was thinking in my head, like, how could this be, like, so much worse?
I think that probably would have made it better.
It would have been much more memorable. I mean, I guess if we're talking about it, the movie's memorable, so congratulations, Eli Roth.
Yeah, good job, Eli Roth. You made a memorable, like, a movie so shitty, I remembered it. Fucking congratulations.
Yeah, so if you're watching this, don't watch this movie, please. Just please watch more Super Thomas Bro episodes and
speaking of which, it's a long fucking episode, so we do have to say, I can't, where the fuck is this last fucking goddamn shitty ass fucking rune? God damn it. I can't find it. Fuck.
I was so focused on talking about the movie.
But everything fucking looks the same. Fuck. Can't find it. Anyway, so next time at Super Thomas Bros, I'll be back up at that door, and I will have hit the rune already, so...
And we'll probably talk more about Hawaii, not movies we watched in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We might not talk...
We'll talk... So we gotta talk about snorkeling and shit.
Yeah, we gotta talk about all that stuff.
We got Pikmin to record, too, so...
Yeah. And that's all stuff that was fun. You know, good stuff in Hawaii. Not watching Knock Knock. That wasn't fun.
Knock Knock was the low point of the vacation, for sure.
Yeah, that was the worst.
It was Knock Knock, and then the flight back this week with babies on the plane.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway, so next time, we'll see you then and talk about stuff.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody. And we hope we didn't disturb you with the content that was in this movie, but at the same time, we were also fucking disturbed as hell watching this movie and not knowing anything about it. Besides the fact that Keanu Reeves was in it.
Oh my fucking god! I thought I went to that one already. Did I not scan that one?
I guess not.
Fuck! I've been walking around for a fucking hour, probably. God damn it! No, I've been walking around for 25 minutes. Almost 25 minutes. Fuck. Okay, well, next time it's Super Thomas Bros, I'm gonna go up there. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Fuck.
You know what? The one thing that was more hidden than that ruin, the acting in Knock Knock.
Yeah. And his gun.
Yeah, apparently his fucking gun. It's like, oh, I forgot about that gun, but it would have helped me.